welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you how to prepare bill of quantity table after modeling, building, providing all the information. We said Revit can contain a lot of information, structural, architectural, mechanical, that you will provide a lot of components to the project with their detailing, layering, all the materials. At the time, it will require to provide the list of material for cost calculation, for ordering, which we call bill of quantity or material takeoff. In order to do so, we're going to go to View tab, then there is a list we call Schedule. Now under here, we have material takeoff. So we're going to click on material takeoff here. Well, first thing, a window will tell us that which material takeoff you would like to prepare here. Now we will leave this one to be multi-category. The name over there can just remove it, change it to material takeoff. The face, leave it to be like this, and you press OK. Then this tab will open. From here, now there is two parts which you have to provide fields to the table that you want. Now there are a lot of things here. Not everything. You can add things that are not available there. You can add calculation things that you want to, which will explain them if required. Then you will bring them inside here. What will you do? You will prepare a table, and the table basically has columns. Each column will be what? So you'll provide some information to this part. This is we call fields. Then we have sorting, which will work with it, formatting and appearance. We might talk about them. So we'll go for formatting, mainly appearance. I'll leave it for you. So let's go through this part we have. First thing, we have to provide fields that we want to see them within the table. Let's say I'll go for family. I want to see the family. Let's say I want to see the category. Let's see, I want to see count, how many we have it there. Let's say I want to see material cost, I want to see material name, I want to see material volume. Now those will appear within the table that we have it. Let's say go for type as well, bring it there. Now you add whatever you want to see within the table. There are a lot of things that you can add, and if you want to. But let's say I add those things here. Then after adding them, you have to arrange the way that you want to see them in the table. This is the first column, second column, third, and so on. So let's say I want to see the family first, then their category, then I'll bring the type. Now family, category, type, what does it mean? Family, it's the main thing that we load them to Revit. You might not need this one. Category, it's the, for example, you have column, beam, and then type will be the column size, the one that we edit type, and remember edit type, and we duplicate them. So basically family and category, sometimes one of them will be required, no need to have both of them. Then you have count. Count means how many of that particular element you have it. Then the cost of the material, the name of the material, let me bring it first. Then the volume and the cost, I will take it to the last. I haven't provided the cost yet, you will see it. And the volume of the material for each element. I'll press OK. I can go to sorting and formatting, but I'll leave it for later to see what's the problem we have. Press OK. It will provide you with a table like family. Let's say for example this family, the name of it is concrete rectangular column. Yes, the category is structural column, because it might be, you might have architectural. Then you have type, the type of the column, the count, the material, the volume, and the cost. This is the material cost, unit cost. Now you can just simply play with this. You can adjust the columns width as you want. Now here it's not categorized. Yes, you see that it's mixed. We have to categorize it, which we go for sorting and grouping. You click on the edit here. So even if you, for example, you don't want to, you want to remove one of them. Yes, let's say I want to remove this A. For example, it's written wall foundation, structural foundation. If I don't want to see wall foundation, I can remove them. You realize that, look, wall foundation and structural foundation, this is a category, structural foundation, but the family is wall foundation. You can leave both of them to be here. Let's say if you want to edit, you can simply click on edit here, the fields, it will bring you back here. You can add, remove, whatever you want to. I see. Cancel it. Then you go for sorting and grouping. Now I want to sort according, let's say, family. Or I can go for according category here. Or type, or material, it's up to me. Let's say, for example, I'll do according to family here. Now, it says family, ascending, then I want to have footer because under each, let's say, without add them separately to see what will happen. I'll click on this one, family, leave everything same, I'll just add family. If you press OK, what will happen? It will just sort them now. For example, basic wall, then beams, for example, columns, and so on. Still not okay, yes? I'll go back to sorting. I want to do step by step. Let's say under each of them I'll add footer. This footer will be what? The title, the count, and the total. So if I press OK here, what happened? Under each family, you have a new, for example, basic wall 5, cast in place stair 1, floor 2, beams 22. But still, I'm not okay with it. So what will go? We'll go back there. Now, I can click on this one and uncheck this one, itemize. What does this do? Now, if you check the table, you have beam 2560 several times repeating, yes? Now, I don't want this one. If they are the same, I want Ribbon to tell me that you have, for example, 20 of this beam, 10 of that beam. So, if you want to see all of them collective, you'll just uncheck this, itemize every instant, press OK. Now it became shorter. For example, 22 of this beam, 1 stair, 5 fence wall, for example, 2 column 400, 1 mat foundation, 11 structural column here. Look, we have different type here. So it didn't exactly appear. Why? Because you have different of them. Why? Because we did what? We did sorting based on the family in that case. What happens? This is the major. So everything will be sorted. Oh, this one is not appearing here. If I want to manage this one, I can go back to this way. So I will change this one to what? To type. So what will happen in that case? I'll have according to the type here, each type of them. Now I can see, for example, the types they have it and the numbers there. But those are, for example, all of them structural column. Look at them, all of them structural column. So I can do with category, it might be better. So you can filter or group them according to what you prefer. Now here we have what? We have floor, stair, structural column, structural footing, framing, walls. But now again here, because we just made this one itemized every instant, you will not see them. So if I do like this, bring it back here, they'll come back here. Now what happens? You can still go for 2-level sorting. I mean, then by, for example, first category, then by type. In the type as well, I mean, this is, you can still make them more sorting. Well, I'll leave this one the way that you prefer. So I'll just go for 1. Let's say I'll go for, according to category, I have it here. Then I'll press OK. I have this one here. Still, we're gonna go to sort, or it can be formatting even. In the formatting, what will I do? I'll click on the count, then here I'll change this one to calculate total, so I can see under the count total. I can go for material volume, the same thing. I'll say calculate total. If I press OK, now you'll see under each category I have the total volume and the total count there. The total volume and the total count under each of things that we have it there. If I want to change this one according to, let's say, material, if I want to just see specific material, I can use filter. Filter will only show us, for example, only, let's say I want to see only a material. I don't want to see everything. I want to see this material's quantity. I can press OK. It will bring me all this, the elements that made out of this material. And at the end of it, you will see the total quantity for this one, the total quantity for this one, and for this one. Now, if I want total of all as well, I mean overall total, I can still add it, which is in the grouping, you have grand total at the bottom will be added. So this will add something at the bottom, which is the grand total. You have 106 meter. This is useful when you use filtering. Why? Because you have a specific material and you will add at the bottom. Because if you don't filter, let's say I'm not filtering, now this grand total, it's everything, but I don't want this one. Yes, like this 145 watt, it's wall, beam, everything. That's why grand total, it's recommended when you made filter, or basically when you have one material, you want to take it just only that material, that time grand total can be. But by itself, each of them, we add this total where in the sorting filter, this one, footer, was responsible for what? For the bottom, which is the collective of the family that you have it there. Now, if I want to make it much more nicer, you can add a blank line between each categories. So you will add a blank between them, so separate them. It will be nicer in this way. Still can go play with this sorting, grouping. Appearance is mainly the coloring, the line, things which I will not go for. So remember, for formatting, what did I get from the formatting? I wanted to have the volume calculate the total under it. This total here, it's from the formatting coming. So if you even provide this footer, total, title, count, and total, for example, title appears, but those will not appear. Like if in the formatting, if, for example, the volume is just standard here, you might not see here the total at the bottom, even though we have the header. So in the formatting, also responsible to show this. So I'll see total, press OK, we'll bring it for you here. Now this is material takeoff, you have family, category, type, count, you can add many more. Now the material cost here, it's 0. Why? We'll come back to this one, because when provide the material, which mainly in the manage, you have material, you can go and each material that you have it, you can add a cost to it, which we'll do it in the next video, because we have some calculation based I want to add it here, and for the reinforcement as well, that we want to calculate total volume, unit weight, a lot of things that come in, provide all of them in another video. So here also there's something else you will realize, that if you made any mistake for the material, we'll be able to see it here. Let's say that I can change this material here. I mean, this is concrete cast in place, 35 megapascal for wall foundation. Yes. Now if I don't like this one, I can go back to the project. Remember, this is here, you have scheduling. It's right here, material takeoff. So I can go back to the project anytime I want. Remember, work with the structural plan. I can go back to, for example, top of the foundation, and I have the wall footings, I have them here. So I can select the wall footing, I can select all of them and change their material from the edit type, which we know it. From there I can change their material. So if you have something, for example, like the material it's not what you want, you'll be able to come back here from the project and change their material. I believe this is enough for this video. In the next video, we'll talk about the reinforcement bill of quantity and the costing, some calculation that are not available. Let's say total cost, for example, length, times, a lot of things that we can do it for calculation, especially for steel reinforcement.